Welcome, everybody. My name is Rino. I'm the sales manager here at Rezgo. And I'm sure a lot of you are watching this because you're looking for a reservation system for your day tour, your activities, and you could potentially be looking for the first time or your experience with reservation systems. And so this point of the demo is just to kind of give you a high level taste and feel of what the system's all about. So what I'm going to cover are things like the point of sale, so the internal bookings that you make. I'm going to show you what it's like for your customer to book online through your website. And then I'm going to quickly touch points on things like reporting and settings. Okay, so why don't we dive in and tackle this together? So I'm going to welcome you to my account. Okay, I've got it set here as Rino Falvo Photography, and this is the main dashboard screen after you've logged into your account. So let's go to the point of sale. So under bookings, you're going to click point of sale. Okay, and this is where everything starts in terms of looking for your bookings. So your customer emails you, your customer walks in and says, okay, I'm interested in doing, let's say, in my example, an owl photography trip. And you're like, great, what date would you like? And we're going to say, okay, they're interested on August 25th. So you pull up the calendar here, click August 25th, and this will show you all the tours that you've set up to be available that day on August 25th. So you scroll down, take a look at your tours, and you're like, perfect, owl photography, 7 p.m. You click on that, and then you just fill out the blank. So how many passengers? So in this case, we're going to use 1. And then the system will automatically calculate the total subtotal cost and then also what it would be with tax. You can set this to whatever your tax rate is in your region. Okay, you have other details you can add like promotion codes and whatnot and some of the booking notes. And then there are additional questions for the group that are traveling and also guest information. So this is fully customizable. You can set things that are optional or mandatory. In my case here, because I'm running a photography trip, I kind of like to know what their photography experience is. So let's say in this case they're a beginner. And then anything with an asterisk or star here, it means it's mandatory. So I'd like all this guest information. So here I'm like, okay, great. We'll do John Doe. Okay, camera brand they're using is optional. I'm gonna leave it blank. And then you click add to order. Now, in our day and age, we all shop online. So I want you to think this top part now as your shopping cart. Okay, you've added this tour to your shopping cart. You have owl photography 7 p.m. for August 25th, 1 passenger, and the total amount in your cart is $280. Now, you have the choice of either completing the order and moving to the next step, or if you have a customer that wants to add additional stuff, you just click on that calendar again and you do the same process again. But for the point of the exercise, we're just going to do flow, so I'm going to click complete order. Now this is a stage where you've got your booking number created, you've got your order number created, you can add the billing address, and you can add the contact details that, let's say, if a repeat customer is coming back. But what I want to show you is payments. So what you can do is you can click request payment, which is you sending a secured link by email or by text to your customer to pay online, but from a secured link. Or if you have a customer that's in front of you, or actually you're using a terminal or whatnot, you can click add transaction. So we have a balance due of 280. So let's do a cash transaction. I'm going to do method cash, and we're going to say it's 280, and click enter. And there we go. We have a check mark, balance is 0. Now I still have it set manually switching over to receive, but you can set this to automatic if you want it. Okay, and that's it. You have your first booking complete. Now at this stage, what you could do is you can obviously print your tickets or email it to your client, and you can also set up notifications if you'd like to. Okay, so that's the first part. Now let's go back to our dashboard, and you're thinking, okay, how does it look like from a customer's perspective when they book online? So I'm gonna go to the dashboard and click on my Rezgo URL link, okay? And this is what comes up straight out of the box for Rezgo when you decide to sell products and tours online. Now, in this case here, this is a list of all the inventory that I've said that I want to show on my website. Okay. Now, what I will mention before I get started here is that if your website's through companies like, let's say, WordPress, we actually have a Rezgo plugin that'll help streamline the process a little bit more, but also it'll open an opportunity to start customizing things. Okay. So let's replicate what we did in the back end and book an owl trip. So your customer, clicks their book now section of your website, comes to this list, okay, Owl Photography, they click on more details, and then they'll come to the page. Now, here you'll notice that there's a lot of information in terms of what's included, the itinerary, etc. I'm not going to cover any of this right now. We actually have a video that's dedicated to how to add inventory and different options. This is just to show as an example, but really we're focusing in terms of booking flow. So, like before, a customer comes to you and says, okay, awesome. I would like to book a tour on, let's say, August 25th. Okay. Shows up all the information, shows how many availabilities remaining, but they are like, I want 1 passenger, okay? And they click to add to order. So it's just like regular shopping online. So the first part is you review your order before you continue on. So you're like checking things for, oh, are my guest numbers correct? So we have a quantity of 1. You can book more tours if you want. So they're coming out to visit your island in the Caribbean and you want to add multiple trips, they can do that, okay? But in this case, we're going to check out. Now, the next section is all about guest information. So anything with a star, like in the back end, is mandatory. So this is the person who's making the booking and paying. So in this case here, we're going to do John Doe again. And the next part are those questions. Remember, those optional or mandatory questions. Some of them can be for the group, and some of them can be for the individual person. So photography experience was a big question for me because I'm running a photography trip. And in this case, I'm going to do John Doe information. And next up is continue to payment. All right, so you review your order one more time, because you never know. And then the next up is showing waivers. Now, one of the features about Rezgo is that we include waivers. So we have a free template that you can use if you want, and you can also customize that template. So what I've done is I've turned it on and said, okay, if there's one person booking right now, I want them to sign the waiver before the purchase goes through. That was my choice. So I get them to click read and sign waiver. They'll review the terms and conditions, sign the waiver, save, and that's it. That's all you have to do. And then next up, most important, is payment. Now, the thing that I want to mention is that Rezgo doesn't actually collect any of the fees that your customer pays when they book online. Okay, so what I mean by that is that you need to attach a payment gateway to your Rezgo account. Now, there are several payment gateways, and depending on what country you're from, you can actually choose different ones. So if you want to learn more about payment gateways, I encourage you to check out the Rezgo website that goes a little bit more into detail of the different payment gateway options available, and you can see what countries work and what not. Okay, but the purpose of this exercise, we're just going to do a cash payment. Okay, and let's do this and click complete booking. Okay, and voila, your customer has just done their first booking. So you've got all the details here. Customer can print the order, view the details, and this booking pending thing here, you can actually have this automatically say booking received if you want. Okay, that's totally up to you. And that's it. That's how you do it, bookings from the back end and from the front end. So let's go back into the account. And I want to actually touch base on a couple more points. So I want to talk a little bit on reports. Now, reports are valuable tools, especially for anyone in your business, okay? You can be a business owner that wants to know the booking numbers, your margins, stuff like that. If you are an operations manager or a tour guide, you need a manifest every day, you can do this in reports. Or maybe you're in finances and you need a list of all the financial stuff that's happened for this month so you can do month end. You can do that here. But there are two things that I really like about the reports within Rezgo. Okay, the first one is that everything's customizable, meaning you can add or remove specific information that you need because you can collect a lot of data within Rezgo. But if you don't need that data, well, why have it on your printout or on your report, right? The second thing I want to mention is you can schedule reports. So let's say you're in finance and you just need a month-end report of all the bookings. You can automatically schedule the report for month-end. It's quite great. And then the last point we're going to talk about are settings. So great thing about Rezgo, and we kind of talked about this, is that you're new to reservation systems, you're new to building a website, and you just need a reservation system that's straight out of the box, easy to use. Rezgo's great for that. Everything's all set. But what about if you want to customize? Well, Rezgo's fantastic for this. So let's say, you have your website and you're like, I just don't like the look and feel of the header or around the section here. You can actually customize parts of your system under templates. So you can customize the look of it, you can customize your tickets, all sorts of things. These things here, you'll need to use a web developer because everything's in HTML, but it is an option for you, okay? Other things that you can customize are notifications. And one of the things that I also love is that we have an open API feed. So for example, if you decide to, you want to sell your tour activity with companies like Viator, we actually have an integration open API feed with Viator so that you can sell on that system. Okay, but there's plenty more of options available for you. So that pretty much covers a super high level, give you a taste of what Rezgo is all about. So at this stage, what I encourage you to do, if you haven't done it yet, I encourage you to register and create a demo account, okay? The demo accounts are completely free to use. There's no costs associated to them. And then I want you to actually add inventory, do a practice bookings, kind of like what I just did, and just really get a feel for the system and see how it can fit with your business. And then if you have any questions, reach out to the Rezgo team. We would be more than happy to help. All right. Thank you so much for listening. If you need anything, don't hesitate to get in touch. All right. Have a great day.